the other thing was what's going on with the fans harassing the wrestlers at the airport. That's what I was actually talking about as you were popping in. So I'd like to get your thoughts on everything that's going on with that.
Subscribe.
It wasn't too long ago where Rey Mysterio was getting like accosted. I think it was in an airport. But between that, what happened with Rhea Ripley, what's been happening with Liv Morgan, what you have is a bunch of people out there who feel entitled, entitled to the time of the performers, entitled to get an autograph, and if the performer says no, like then they try to make a big deal out of the performer saying no and saying that they were a bad person, they should do this, this, and this. You know what? You don't deserve a ton of their time. There was a time a few years back in Austin Aries is one of those dudes where, for the most part, I'm like, he just comes off as a douchey prick. But he talked specifically about this in the fans' interaction and them feeling like entitled to his time or what have you. He's like, I'd be out at restaurants and people would just come up to me and not have any manners and expect me to, either be away from the person,
Jessica,
that I'm out with, or like they want me to stop what I'm doing to engage them. And right. There's a time and place, and his stance, which I think would maybe a little extreme, was like, unless I'm more or less at an autograph signing, go screw yourself.
Right.
But in general with WWE, Vince has wanted the performers, and I'm sure even in Triple H right now, the performers to engage the fans, but there's going over the line. Like when somebody says no, because either they're trying to rush to get to their plane, or they're trying to get to in Rhea's case, she was talking about trying to get to an Uber, and somebody followed her outside, and she had to like go somewhere else to like more or less try to hide, I think, from this person. And it's just bull crap. I know they're public figures, but people need to realize that these are people. Right. They have moods. You do not deserve all their time, and it's absolute, up to their discretion whether or not they do it. And I understand why Rhea is now like, unless it's a personal photo of you and I, or you just have bought, an 8x10, which I'm carrying with me, where at least she'll get money from it, I'm going to say no. And personally, for me, when I was younger, maybe I was a little bit more into autographs. Right now, I'm more about, like, if I meet somebody like that, I want to have an interaction with them, because I'd rather have a memory than like, oh yeah, I got this thing signed by them. I've never, really huge been into that, but it sucks that, all right, this is their line of business, but you got people hounding you and they won't give you a moment's peace.
Right. And honestly, to add on to that, for me, I can count on one hand the amount of autographs I have. I have The Undertaker and Paul Bearers that I got when I was 11. And I stood in line for 2.5 hours at Stephen World of Wheel to get his autograph. The other one I have is
specific signing that they're having.
Right. So there's that. I have Mr. Bob Backlund's autograph. He just happened to be at my sister's bank, and my sister told him I was a huge wrestling fan, so that's how I got Bob Backlund's autograph.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Rob Van Dam that I got probably about a decade ago, where I paid $50 up in Webster, Mass. to watch Bobby Lashley lose to a local competitor for big time wrestling, and not realizing at the time the importance that was the first time I would witness the greatness that became F and Mark's Hall of Famer Sean O. But again, I paid for, those were the cases. I didn't go up and harass these people. Hell, at that same show I went and got RVD's autograph at, I thought Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the freaking janitor. And that was
yeah, go ahead.
that was one thing that when I was looking at people like arguing with Rhea Ripley, and it's like, well, just dress up differently, be incognito. And I'm thinking to myself, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, that was the first thought I had was, I thought Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the garbage man because he was dressed like a bum with his hair in a freaking, in a ponytail. It was Hacksaw Jim. Oh, really? My bad. But like, it was, when I saw that, I was like, that's so stupid. Why would you tell him something like that? It's just, it's not right that these fans are doing this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like I've got a handful of autographs. Like I've got Sheiky Baby back there. I paid for that. He actually did have an autograph appearance down the street from where I worked when I was in Providence. I'm like going, you know what? I love the Iron Sheik. I'm going to pay for his autograph. I have a picture with him somewhere. But as far as going out of my way to hound somebody for stuff, yeah, no thanks. I actually, for myself specifically, just feel like I'm infringing on their time, and even if they're a public person, they understand that, and with the industry I'm in, with television, it's like I deal with a lot of people who are seen on TV every day, and in our local area, people will know them, and I've been out with them when they've been at these, randomly at the grocery store, or times where like we're in the middle of like a promo shoot, and everybody is always trying to say hello to them, and it's like, so I've seen things like that up close, but definitely on a less crazy level, and I can understand where it's stressful, and I can understand where it's a lot, and understand why the performers are like, finally, like, this is a line in the sand, do not cross it, and oh, by the way, I'm going to, come up with ways where I could still interact with the fans, but not, I just need to put up my boundary to tell you that, like, okay, you want my autograph? Okay, buy this 8x10. I'll take a picture with you, but don't try to have me sign, my action figure. Don't try to have me sign X, Y, and Z and make more.
And right, I agree. And I apologize because I look back and I'm actually staring at another autograph that I have, and that's one GOAT, Bubba Ray Dudley's. And I have to recognize, and I apologize, but
Yeah.
that was another one that the wife got me, and she purchased that one. So
again, there's a difference between purchasing and then harassing somebody. Purchasing, I mean, that's just, they'll gladly accept that. That's part of their job.
right.
I have a CM Punk and an Edge autograph, and that's because when CM Punk was in WWE and Edge, several years ago, when they show up in certain areas, they'll sit there and have to sign like 200 things, 300 things. This TV station I worked for was an affiliate for UPN when SmackDown was on UPN, so they gave us a whole bunch of stuff, and that's how I got them.
Right.
So, but the fans just need to chill the F out.
I agree.